This is only a really quick one. I've seen some comments on my video that went live at 10 o'clock today, which was my replying to comments video. And one of the comments that was said, I can't remember who said it now, but it said, "I think people's argument is that you claim all of this pain and difficulties with your illness, but happily wander up the shops every other day, posting hauls on YouTube, Poundland hauls 3 to 4 times a week, just my opinion." So I just want to reply back to that one, really. I know some people have replied back on it anyway, but I just want to reply back to it. So yes, I do get child benefit, and yes, I do get child tax. That gets spent on Libby because that is Libby's money. At the moment I am claiming ESA. I have been for my assessment and I'm just waiting for the answer back for that. But the ESA that I am claiming is contribution based. So it's based on all of the national insurance I've paid while I've been working. Now I've been working since I was 14. In fact, the day I finished school on the Friday, and the Saturday I was already in a job. And when I was working at 14, every day after school I would go and help out in the restaurant that my mum worked in, and at the weekends I'd help out as well. Every school holiday, like Easter holidays and stuff, I'd be working. Hi Laura. Yeah, I'd be working. One example of that was the entire Easter holidays I worked at a firm called Speedy Hire, and they hire out machinery and they hire out catering stuff, and my job for the entire summer while I worked there, which I did it for, not the Easter, I did it for the 6 holidays. My job while I was there was the event stuff would come back, so like the plates, the cutlery, the cups, the glasses. My job was to take them out the boxes, wash them, sanitize them, and restack them so plates went into sets of 10 and they were sterilised, and then I had to rewrap them to go back on the shelves ready to get back out again. I did that for the whole of my 6 weeks holiday to earn myself a mobile phone. I paid for my mobile phone outright. So I've been working since the age of 14. Like I say, at 16 I finished school and I went straight into a job. Between 16 and 18 I actually had 3 jobs. I would work in Primark Monday to Friday. I would then work in JJB on a Saturday, and I would work at it was called Playtime Magic, and then it would change to Fun for Kids. It was like an indoor kids play activity centre that did parties and stuff. So yeah, I worked through all of them. I've been unemployed twice in my life. Once I got made redundant because it was just generally the last one in, first one out. So the company, I was the last one in, so I was the first one out. So yeah, they made me redundant. I was made redundant at 11 o'clock in the morning. By 12 o'clock I was in our local town, like our local big town. I was straight in the job centre, and I was applying for anything and everything I could do. I was actually out of work for 6 months, but I was with every temping agency. I was applying for work I was literally going for every paper, walking around the town, handing in CVs, applying for anything and everything. I had quite a few interviews, but I never got them. Anything that I could do, I tried. And then it actually worked out that the company that had let me go were getting busy again, so they took me back on again. So yeah, I was out of work for, I think it was about 6 months, because I got made redundant in the October and they took me back on in April. Yeah, my first day of work was the 1st of April, so yeah, it was about 6 months. The only other time I've been out of work was when I was made redundant from my restaurant job. We had a restaurant inside of a department store, and they decided that the restaurant wasn't feasible, it wasn't making enough money, so they made not just myself redundant, they made all us workers in the restaurant redundant. So that was the cooks, the washers up, the waitresses, the servers, everything. They basically just shut the entire restaurant, made us all redundant, gave us all redundancy pay, and they were really actually quite nasty about it, because they gave us redundancy pay and told us that basically the restaurant wasn't worth keeping and stuff. And then we found out 6 weeks later they'd actually ripped apart the restaurant, completely revamped it, which is what we had been telling them to do to try and make some more money, and then reopened it and not re-employed any of our staff. They had got a whole new staff system in. So we were quite hacked off by that. But they did pay us redundancy pay, and I didn't claim any benefits at all. I actually lived the 6 months that I was on redundancy. For that, I actually lived off of my money. That was my redundancy pay. And then I found another job. In that time, I was going to the job centre every other day. I was going on the computers and I was applying for any job I could. I was going online and looking. I was going around local places and putting CVs in. I was looking in papers. I was doing everything. One week I actually applied for over 100 jobs. The job centre were being a bit funny with me, because one of the jobs they asked me to apply for was for a pub, and the pub was across the road from where I used to work. I had no issue with that. The thing was, the pub had closed down over a year before that, so it was literally boarded up, nobody in there. No, even if I wanted to apply for a job, the company wasn't there anymore. It was just an empty space. And they hadn't taken it off of their job centre online jobs, like the computers things they've got there. So every time I went in, they were like, why are you not applying for this job? And I kept saying, I can't apply for it. The actual place is shut down. It's literally like where the job centre was, it was like 6 buildings away from the job centre on the same road. So they walked past it every single day. And I was like, I can't apply for it because it's physically boarded up. There's no company in that building. But they were like, you need to apply for this. If you don't apply for it, then we're going to stop your money. And I was like, well, how can you stop my money? I'm not getting any. You know, and they were like, oh, no, you've claimed. I was like, no, I haven't. And then they actually looked through the paperwork to see, actually, no, I hadn't claimed anything. I was living off my redundancy, and actually the property was vacant. There was no company in there, and they just hadn't took the job off of their site. So not only had the company shut down over a year before, the actual job was for when the company opened 3 years before that, but they hadn't taken it off their system, so they were still trying to get people to apply for it when there was nobody in the building. So yeah, but yeah, I would like to go back to work. It would be very hard at the moment to find work around Matt's hours and Mum, because I still help out Mum where I can, because there's things I can do but she can't do and stuff. So we do help that, and around Libby and stuff. So I do make a little bit of money on the side buying and selling. The job centre is fully aware of this. I actually went to a job meeting and the lady said, how would you like to get back into work? And I said, you know, I want to get back into work, but it's going to be hard to find stuff around the hours and around my fibro, because, you know, when you have a bad day, you just don't really do much. And she agreed that doing a little bit of buying and selling might be the way to go, and that when I feel better and I've got my medication under control, maybe doing that on a bigger scale will be fine. At the moment, it does not affect my ESA, purely for the fact of I am not earning over £160 a month. I'm lucky if I make about £20 a month from what I'm buying and selling, and whatever I make goes back into paying for some more stuff to sell to try and make a bit more profit. I do not go uptown every day. Last week I went to town on Monday. I went out shopping on Monday because last week I had my doctor's appointment on Monday. And then I stayed in Tuesday, I stayed in Wednesday, and I think I went out Thursday, and we didn't even go to town. We just popped up because we needed bread and milk and stuff, so we popped up to the local little shopping kind of bit area. Well, like up there, it's up at Kingsway, you've got like Sainsbury's, and you've got Poundland and Halfords and Smith's Toys and TK Maxx and Hobbycraft and Pets at Home. So there's just a few little shops up there, so we popped up there. Like today, we had to go out on Monday. I stayed in all day. Tuesday I had to go out because I had Libby's doctors at 8:20, and then I had my doctors at 8:40. Then I had to go into the job centre, and then we had Libby's hospital appointment at 1, and we needed some dinner, like some bits for dinner so I could cook when we got home. So we did pop to Aldi, sorry, then, and we have popped out today because we needed to do a big shop. So we went to Lidl's today to do a big shop. But other than that, I am not I'm not going out every day. I'm lucky if I go maybe once, possibly twice a week. Normally it's not to go to Poundland or anything. I do film Poundland hauls when I do go to Poundland, and then I do store them on my phone. So sometimes the hauls that you're seeing are not from that particular day, they're from like a week before or something. Or if I've just popped into Poundland, say on the Monday, and picked up a couple of things, I won't do a Poundland haul on that. I'll wait until the next time I go to Poundland to do a few more bits. But yeah, I mean, I still have a life. Just because I have fibro, I think because fibro is a invisible illness, people see that you're kind of saying that you're in this pain and this is how you deal with it and this is how it affects your life. And because they're not physically around you, they think that you're putting it on. They think that you're lying. They think you're basically trying to claim that it's worse than what it is. If you have fibro, you are never out of pain. Never. You are constantly in pain, and things that shouldn't cause you pain do. So something as simple as somebody touching your arm can cause you pain in your arm. So yeah, there are days where I stay in my pajamas and I stay in the house and I don't go out, but I have a life, I have liberty, you know, and especially with a child, I can't kind of just stay in bed all day and sit and wallow. I have to do stuff. I have to look after her. I'm her mother. I have to, you know, change her bum. I have to get her dressed. I have to feed her. I have to give her a drink. I have to make sure she's happy. I have to make sure she's learning. So, you know, that's my job as a mother. And it doesn't matter if I'm in a normal amount of pain or a really, really bad day of pain. I've still got to be her mother and I've still got to look after her. That is my duty as a mother. That's my role because I had her. It was my choice to have her. So today, like, we did take her out shopping today. You know, we went to Lidl and we popped in Pound World. You know, they're right next door to each other. And we did the big shop in Lidl, and Libby got a chocolate bar in Pound World. That's what we did. That's the great big thing of my life. This whole week we've literally had Tuesday, we had literally doctors, job centres, hospital, and we popped to Aldi for some dinner on the way home. And then we've stayed in Wednesday. We're staying in today pretty much, apart from we've popped to Lidl, we've done the big shop, we had a quick look in Poundland, and Libby got a chocolate lolly, and then we'll be staying in tomorrow, and no doubt we'll be staying in Saturday, and we'll be staying in Sunday because Matt's away Saturday. So yeah, my life is not what everyone thinks. I can understand people kind of saying, oh, but you're claiming benefit and that lot. The benefit I'm claiming is only for the amount of national insurance that I have paid in my lifetime. So basically I'm just getting back the money that I've paid in from working since I was 14. You know, I could claim housing benefit. I do not. I could claim council tax reduction. I do not. You know, I was told to apply for PIP, the personal independence thing. I did, and they refused me, and I was like, fair enough, that's okay. You know, I don't care, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, I'm entitled to walk out this house and have some time out these four walls. I think if I spent all my time in these four walls and I didn't have social media and I didn't have anything like that, my depression would be a lot worse than what it is. But I think my depression is under control with the tablets, and because I'm not in these four walls 24/7, that I do go out, yeah, it would drive me crazy as well. Literally, it would drive me crazy in this house 24/7. Having like 3 days in the house non-stop, it does drive me crazy. It makes me feel like I'm in a cell. Like I literally am just a maid in a cell, because when I'm in here I'm doing the washing, or I've got to do washing up, or I've got to cook, or, you know, so having a drive up to the local shopping, well, it's not even really the town, it's like literally the small shopping centre. And when we go to Lidl, there's literally Lidl and Pound World beside it, and then just down the road a bit there's Home Bargains and Ace Discounts. But literally, do you know what I mean, that 10-minute get out, you know, just to get bread or something, that's kind of like my highlight of the week, and that sounds really sad, but I look forward to it. I mean, if I do have to go into town and I want to go proper shopping to get like more than 1 or 2 bits, I have to make sure I stay in for like 2 to 3 days before to kind of make sure I've got the energy. Make sure I'm up for it. When I did the charity shop haul the other day, I had been looking forward to that for about 2 weeks. I really had, and it was really sad that I had to plan my route around where I could sit down. So I was bad. I did get a taxi to the charity shop, and then I literally walked from Bernardo's to the Pound charity shop. Then I had to sit down, and then I went to Save the Children, and Mum actually met me in town. We went to Save the Children, then I had to sit down, then I went to Poundland, then I had to sit down, then we had to popped into Pound World, and we were literally in there 2 minutes, and then Matt rung. Then Matt rung to say that he was ill and could I come back and get Libby. So I had to go from there to Primark because I really needed to see if I could get that top, because my nephew's being born early, so I needed it to send off early. Couldn't get it, literally went home, checked on him, made sure he had something to drink, and made sure he was in bed, made sure he was resting. Got Libby dressed, and we decided to take her out for a couple of hours just to give Matt a bit of time to rest and sleep and stuff, because it didn't really help with the fact that 1, he was feeling under the weather, and 2, he just had to he had to go to his father's funeral, so that wasn't really helpful. It's a lot of stress. We've got a family member that's quite badly ill with cancer, so that's playing on his mind as well. So yeah, the poor boy has got a lot on his plate, and we were not looking forward to the Tuesday with in and out of doctors and hospitals. I had enough of it. I mean, like, this is going to sound so bad, but sometimes just the fact of, you know, you'll purposely leave recycling on the side in the kitchen just so you have to open the front door and put it in the recycling bin outside, just so you go outside for like 2 or 3 minutes, because staying in the same 4 walls is driving you insane. And when you look forward to going out, like literally out to your house, and not just out like in your front garden or your back garden, I think, actually out to walk around a place where other people are, it's kind of sad in a way that you look forward to actually going to a place where other people are. And that sounds really bad, but it is. And, you know, when I'm at home, I'm not just sat on my ass. I'm doing the washing, I'm cooking meals. I've literally got up this morning, I've dried the last little washing, I've given Libby breakfast, I've then got her dressed, I've then got me dressed, and me, her and Mum have gone to Lidl's to do shopping. So now my back is in complete inner agony just from pushing the trolley around and leaning into the trolley to put stuff in, and then taking it out for the conveyor belt and then putting it back in, and then getting it to the car and packing it in bags. My back is in absolute agony now. So literally today I'll just take the washing out of the tumble dryer, and when Libby has a sleep later on, because she likes to come to bed for a sleep, while she's asleep I may put the washing away. But going to Lidl was the highlight of my day, and that sounds really, really bad that that's the highlight of my day. But yeah, I found that giving myself like a job list to do helps, because I've got that sense of achievement when I can tick something off, even if it's something stupid like empty the nappies from the bag to the box. Something stupid like that. I get a sense of achievement because I can tick that off my list. I'm so tired, guys. I'm really... The fatigue is really setting in now. I've done that. A simple thing like going to Lidl's and doing the shopping and coming home and putting away with Matt's help has knackered me out for the day. And I feel disgusted with myself in a way, because my brain is very active and I feel like in a way I'm trapped in my own body, that I very much want to get up and do stuff and my body physically won't let me. So like my aim for today will be putting the washing away. I've got like 2 basketfuls, so when Libby goes to sleep I'm going to attempt to do that. That's my big quota for the day, and then I'll probably be in all tomorrow because I'm not planning on going out. Be in all tomorrow and probably resting because I've probably done too much today, so I'll probably suffer for that tomorrow. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and basically say that I'm going to do an in-depth fibro thing soon. I'm going to actually do an in-depth fibro thing so that people can understand it more, because it is a very hard disease to get your head around. If you do not have someone close to you that suffers with it, it's a very, very hard disease to get your head around. Like, stupid things are part of it, like my throat. Can you hear my throat going a bit funny? That is fibro. The pains of just silly stuff. If Libby comes up and touches my arm, the amount of pain that sends through your body, and people without fibro just don't get it. But at the end of the day, my main purpose is to be Libby's mum. Whether I am a fibro sufferer, whether I am not a fibro sufferer, whether I feel crap, whether I feel disgusting, whether I feel like I just want to crawl up and die, she is my priority, and she relies on me to feed her and change her bum and give her drinks and play with her and help her to learn. You know, she depends on me, and I have to do that whether I'm feeling like crap or not. She is dependent on me, and you know, even if I'm having the worst day ever, I have to do what's right for her, so I have to push myself through, and if it kills me, it kills me. So I don't, in a way, like people saying, oh, that you claim to have all of these pains and difficulties. I don't claim to have it as in, oh, make you feel sorry for me. I don't claim in that way. I have them. It's not a claim that I have them. I do have them. But I also have a life, and I also have a child, and I have to be a mother to that child. And, you know, I haven't got a maid to do the washing. I haven't got somebody to cook for me and clean for me. You know, I am self-sufficient. I have to look after me and my daughter. Yes, Matt does certain things for me, but I am self-sufficient, and, you know, this is one of the things I have to do. So it's not a claim of, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Yeah, we just have to adapt. That's just the way it is. You just have to adapt. Things still need to be done, and you adapt. Yes, I do hauls on my YouTube channel. Like I say, sometimes they're pre-filmed. Sometimes I've gone there and I've only picked up one thing and I've left it until I go again, so I've got more things to do a haul. Sometimes I've gone twice in a week just to get out the house. You know, sometimes I've gone there for a specific reason, like, oh, I need bin bags, and while I'm in there I've picked up some other stuff. Sometimes when people ask me to get it from on the Poundland appreciation site and I haven't been out that week, I will physically go out and go to Poundland just for the fact of looking for their items to get me out the same 4 walls. And if people don't agree with that, that is their decision. Like I say, I do have child benefit, I do have working tax credit. That is Libby's money that is spent on Libby. That is covering Libby's food and clothes and milk, and if she wants any toys or anything, it covers that. You know, we use that money towards her birthday, Christmas, Easter. That's her money. That's not our money, that is her money. And I do get ESA. They are currently deciding if I'm entitled to proper ESA, like to claim it properly or not. But I'm only on I can't think what it's called now. Not income based, contribution based, that's what it is. I'm only on contribution based ESA. So basically I can only get the money back from the government at the moment that I've paid in my national insurance while I've been working. So I've been working since the age of 14, and I stopped work December 2016. That was the last day I was officially in work, because I left work on the 20th of November to go on maternity leave, and then I had holiday that I'd occurred at the time. So by the time that I'd finished my maternity leave and they put the holiday into account and stuff like that, then yeah, I officially left work in December of 2016. So after that, I get child tax and I get child benefit. I get working tax and I get child benefit, sorry. Matt pays the rent and he pays for the car and he pays for the internet. But the water, the gas, the electric, my phone, the TV license, the food, that's all my bills. I have to pay them. You know, I don't just, oh wow, you get, you know, like £100 quid or whatever, and you can just go out and spend it in Poundland. It's not like that. I have to pay all my bills first, and then sometimes I got money to go and spend, sometimes I haven't. This is why I do buying and selling on the side. It helps get me out of the house, because I have to go to the charity shops to look for it, or just go like on local sale sites and actually have to go to pick it up, or go to the car boot. So it gets me out the house, and then when I sell it, either I interact with people because they come to my house to pick it up, or I interact with them when I deliver it. So my mum will take me, or Matt will take me. So yeah, it's my way of having interaction and my way of getting out of the house. And the job centre are fully aware of that. They know I'm not making a lot of money out of it, but the money I make from it I will either spend on myself or spend on other stuff to buy to sell on. So yeah, people don't agree with that, that's fine, that's their decision. I'm by no means a scrounger. I'm only claiming back the money that I've put into the system, which I think is only fair. But yeah, that I just wanted to address that, I suppose. And I'm going to go downstairs and have something to eat now and get Libby ready for her nap, because she'll probably go down for a nap about 1:30, hopefully, if she goes. But yesterday she didn't go, so I've got to do that, and I've put the shopping away, so I just need to go and have something to eat as well. So I'll pop back on again soon, guys, and thank you for supporting me. I know none of the comments were meant nasty, and I know you have all supported me, but I just wanted to come on and have my say on it. So that's my say. So there we go. So I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.